Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Trojan Trent for tonight's TCU Bi-County first round contest between the Alliance and the Triton High School Trojans. On behalf of the Triton community and the entire staff and student body of Triton Union Senior High School, we welcome Bremen as our guest at tonight's contest. We ask that all fans and players demonstrate an attitude of respect and good sportsmanship throughout today's contest. Your cooperation and positive support is greatly appreciated. Now at this time, please rise. Gentlemen, kindly remove your hats, if you're able, as we will honor America with the playing of our national anthem. Now, let's meet the starters. First, for our guests, the Bremen Lady Lions. Number 10, Kyra Foster. Number 12, Kayden Shively. Number 15, Chloe Miller. Number 14, Kate Moyer. And number 21, Bremen is coached by Alex Robinson. And now the starter for your Triton Lady Trojans. Number 4, Sierra Hall. Number 12, Jocelyn Faulkner. Number 14, Kinsey Atkins. Number 20, Jenna Hewlett. And number 32, Sydney King. Triton is coached by Trinity Kroll and assisted by Lindsay Shively. Our officials for our first contest, the referee is Kaden Lemler. The umpires are John Kramer and Rebecca Barker.
All right, welcome everyone here to the Triton Trojan Sports Owners. We're live from the Trojan Trench for the opening matchup here between the varsity section. Starts tonight for the 58th annual TCU Bi-County Tournament. I'm Andy O'Hara. Alongside me is Anna McIntyre, Kaden, Hummitch, Kenny Barnhart, and the Hall of Famer Orion Lemler. Here for the Triton Trojan Sports Network, broadcasting live on YouTube and the IHSAA Champions Network. This first matchup starts off with two teams who've already greeted one another yet this season. Triton won in that earlier matchup. Bremen looking for redemption here in this one to get their opening conference win. Shively's got it. She'll work in the corner now. Scrubs will kick it back to Shively. Shively, very good outside shooter, but nice drive to the basket for her. Goes up and in. Bremen on the attack in a hurry. Of course, this team no stranger to Bi-County success. When Aaron Koffel was here, this is a group that found their way to the championship a couple times, and even one time Triton and Bremen met for that championship game.
Yeah, they've always been up there at that top.
Oh, I think I
getting
remember
that last
that.
one. Getting into that championship game.
So Atkins goes to work, finds Holly. Triton's really improved their play as of late. Faulkner leaves it for Sydney King, who starts tonight off the side iron, no good. Rebound there goes to Kyla Foster. Kyla Foster, team's leading scorer, very good shooter. Good offensive player for this team as Shively's going to try to go back-to-back. Back iron, no good. Couldn't get the rebound, Sydney King, but Shively gets there, but they're going to tie it up and try and gets it off the rebound. Like I said, this Bremen team, very physical. They're tough, hard-nosed. They're not afraid to get in there and do what they got to do, and they do a great job offensively as well. Like I said, don't let that record fool you. This is a very good basketball team.
If I remember right, that first go-around, it was a very tight game, clear all the way up to the end.
That's right. Kenny was there for that one.
Yeah, we had to go up, and I think me and you and Kayden took care of that one.
Yep, and Anna was there too, I think. I think she even
For
showed
what?
up. Yeah, because she coughed all night.
Yep.
Oh, yeah, for the Bremen game?
Yep.
It'll be our first foul call of the game as Eliana Grubbs, I believe, going to get called for it.
That's funny.
There you go.
Yep.
Foul call.
Oh, foul's on number 21. Eliana Grubbs, that's her first, team's first.
That's how I remember things. So Jocelyn Faulkner to the line for her free throw opportunities. In and out on her first.
So that was her cousin that fouled her?
Yeah, that's why it was funny.
Oh.
Did you not know that?
I did not know that. And Triton still not on the board after the empty trip at the free throw line. Because that first game, Bremen got up in a hurry, but Triton had to claw their way back. They're going to have to be on point because this Bremen team's out for redemption in this one. Jocelyn Faulkner intercepts that one and knocks it away. They'll stay right here. Grubbs receives the inbound. She'll work against Kinsey Atkins. A foul call on Kinsey Atkins, I believe, coming here.
Foul's on number 14, Kinsey Atkins. That's her first, team's first.
Grubbs receives the inbound from Foster. Goes to Shively on the far side. She'll drive, sees an opening, the lane goes up, she'll draw the foul, and she'll go to the line for two. So 2 quick team fouls on the Trojans.
Foul's on number 20, Jenna Bulis. That's her first, team second.
Now send Bremen to the free throw line, their first trip tonight. As Shively got that opening basket, and she looks to add 2 more here. Off the mark on the first. A little different. I had to say a lot more last night because Orion was doing stats.
Yeah, I had a new trainee, I heard.
I did this fine.
Yep, it just takes, it's once, if you've never done it, just know where to click. And
Orion had to do stats?
Yeah, we had to train him last night. You were there, but you were hanging out with your friends.
Yes.
So Holly gets it up top. She goes back to work. Goes to Beals on the far side. Now to Atkins on the right wing. Atkins works away, stops on the baseline, goes up top to Holly. Holly retreats back. Addison Veers looked to check in on the next dead ball. Faulkner in the corner. On top to Bulis. To Atkins. Triton working it. To Faulkner. Steps back for 3. Can't get that one to go. Gets her own rebound. The follow through is good.
Yep, right
Rebound
open.
and basket.
Right open, right back to the basket to get that.
Good hustle play for Faulkner, but here go the Lions on the attack in a hurry. Moyer gets it. She'll skip it across on over to Foster. She'll work up top. Working against Faulkner. She'll drive. Nice step through on the way through. Got tied up, and they're going to say off the backboard. And that'll send Addison Veers in on behalf of Sydney King.
Number 34, Addison Veers.
So Atkins goes back the other way. She'll set, goes to Veers on the left wing. On top to Holly. Now to Faulkner. Goes to Bulis on the right side. Veers, who just checks in, gets the ball in the post, kicks out to Atkins. Inside out game for Kinsey Atkins. Count it for Kinsey Atkins. And Triton gets their first lead of the ball game.
Yeah, it's good for her to get that first one going, because sometimes if she
can't get that first one going, she can't ever get any going.
She
so.
it just has a little harder time getting it to click.
But the big thing you saw there, Addison Veers comes in. You saw the inside-out game really open things up outside. As a nice move inside by Chloe Miller ties it up at 5. I think that's really works good for Triton. That inside-out game, get the ball moving.
Get that outside shooter just a little extra open, get lined up to get that shot off.
Veers hands off to Atkins. Works with the screen. Good defense by Shively to take away the open look.
Yep.
And Faulkner takes off before putting it on the floor, and Triton turns it over.
Don't look at my turnovers.
That's 1-0.
Yeah, but I don't think that's right.
That's okay.
Pretty close.
Orion tried last night. That's why they're
How
unofficial.
was that?
That's why they're
Oh, I
unofficial.
get to pick on Orion? That's different.
It's okay. He's had a lot going on. Shiley with the up fake in the corner. She'll drive the head of steam. Goes up strong with that. Veers might have got a piece of that one. And Atkins goes back the other way.
If I had the program up here, I could be doing it.
Give it time. Faulkner now. Gets caught. Lost her dribble. Has to go somewhere.
Yep,
And 5 seconds. I'm surprised she didn't get it right there. Is Holly out in the paint. She'll go up strong with. Oh, I thought she was going to go with that one. Atkins will try a three on the way. And can't get that one to go. Chloe Miller gets the rebound. Lucky break for Triton. I think he had 5 seconds on that on Jocelyn
Yeah,
Faulkner. I'm
that's
surprised
what I
he
was
didn't get the whistle there.
Yeah.
Miller drives on the way through, untouched, goes up and in. And Bremen back out in front.
Yes, persistence. You know, some defenders are going to probably come and cut it off and just keep on going, and it stayed wide open for her.
Like you said, this Bremen team is coming back looking for revenge. You know, they lost to us in the preseason, but I bet they worked their butts off in practice ready for this game.
Bulis for three. I like that look for Jenna Bulis. She gets open. I like the aggressiveness for her to shoot. Sees an open look.
She comes out of nowhere.
I'm just telling you. She's one to keep an eye on.
You need to come up with a nickname for that.
Call her the assassin.
Oh, yeah, that's what you called her.
Atkins by herself for three. Can't get that one to go. Rebound goes to Foster. Foster puts on the brakes and waits for Eliana Grubbs. Grubbs drives. Goes to the runner. And fouls before the shot, they say.
That's Kinsey. It'll probably be her
That's
second.
a big foul for Kins.
Yep.
Fouls on number 14, Kinsey Atkins. That's her second. Team's third.
Atkins stays in. This is by county, you don't have your JV pool to pull from.
Yep. Once they set their rousters, they're pretty well set for the rest of the tournament.
Rousters?
Yep. Set the rousters for the tournament. Rousters.
Rousters?
Rousters.
Rosters?
The team lineup.
There you go.
Good grief. So Emily
Hey,
Bug.
you pick on me all the time. I don't want to hear it.
Hey, it's fine. Emily Bug checks in on behalf of Kinsey Atkins, so that'll be a matchup to keep a look at. Who's going to step up for Triton is Foster with the jumper. Off the iron, go good. Moyer trying to track it down, but goes off of Jenna Beal, so it'll stay right here. It's only one player. It's only two players on the bench now for Triton, with Emily Bug and Sydney King were down there now. Atkins and Sydney King were down there now. So we'll see what happens. See how much this group has learned through the season. There's a foul call underneath.
Fouls on number 34, Addison Veers. That's her first, team's fourth.
Triton tallying up the fouls here in this first quarter. Shively works with it. Steps back. Got separation on Bulis. Goes to Miller. Now to Moyer. Moyer spots up for three. Counted for Katie Moyer. 5-point lead. 7-0 run now. Or excuse me, 5-0 run now for the Lions. I was right, 7-0 run. Fears tries a jumper to tally away, but there's Faulkner again. Yep. Offensive rebound and basket. Jocelyn
That's
Faulkner.
something she can do very well.
Second time, right place, right time.
Yep.
Eliana Grubbs with it.
Her and Jenna are always at the right place, right time.
Grubbs sees the seam, goes up strong with it. Veers gets the rebound. I like the aggressive driving by these Bremen Lions. Seeing the seam because Triton's thus far leaving the lane wide open. Faulkner now working against Shiley. As Veers goes to Faulkner, she'll drive. Foster trying to get a piece of that one. Bulis for two. Can't get that one to go. Tipped around and they went off of Bremen, they say, and it'll stay here with Triton. Checking in now will be number 15, Emma Kincaid for Kyla Foster.
For Lady Lions, number 15, Emma Kincaid.
Faulkner inbounds to Veers. She gets nice job by Shively to rip it away, and a foul call.
Fouls on number 34, Addison Mears. That's her second, team's fifth.
And that'll send Triton's 2 leading scorers to the bench with foul trouble, as Triton's going to have to find a way to dig themselves out of this slump. Who's going to be the one to answer the bell? I think Miller for 2 off the mark, no good. Faulkner with the rebound. Emily Bugg with a head of steam. Stops on the baseline. The jumper can't roll in. Chloe Miller with the rebound inside a minute to go.
She's not on here.
Just pick somebody, we'll fix it later. No. Just pick somebody, we'll fix it later. 3-pointer's good there for Chloe Miller. 6-point lead now for the Lions. Faulkner works away from the screen, goes to Bulis on the right wing, and Triton turns it over. As Eliana Grubbs gets the loose ball, goes up and can't get that one to go. Kincaid kicks out. Chloe Miller again. Counted for Chloe Miller.
3.
2.
Holly up top. Goes to Bulis on the right wing. Now to Bug. Triton turns it over as Shively goes back the other way. Goes up and can't get that one to go with a late foul call. Sends Shively to the line for 2. Or excuse me. Yes, it was Shively.
Fouls on number 24, Emily Bugg. That's her first, team 6th. They really got to stay out of foul trouble because free throws make and break the game.
Bremen the last time very good in their, I think did fairly good in their free throws.
Type it in.
They were 16 of 26 in that game for 62%. I thought they shot better than that in that game. They were there. Both teams were there a lot in that game. Faulkner trying to go through, and a foul call now on Bremen.
Fouls on number 12, Shively. That's her first, team second.
Bug scans the floor, finds Faulkner, hands off to Bug.
Yep,
2 seconds.
Got to get it off.
Faulkner, and that's going to do it for the first quarter.
Just call it.
Bremen leads 16-7. We'll be back for the second quarter right after this.
High school sports teach so much more than just the fundamentals of the game. They also teach the fundamentals of life, like the power of belief. I'm Robert Falkins.
And I'm Carrie Rosati. We're both assistant commissioners of the IHSAA. In the second classroom of high school sports, student athletes understand hard work pays off, and they learn to be proud of their effort, no matter the outcome.
Successful student athletes support their teammates and learn to always do the right thing.
And most importantly, they learn to always believe in themselves.
When high school sports keep education in front of athletics, these fundamental beliefs outweigh the idea of winning at all costs.
That's why high school sports are a transformative and invaluable part of every student athlete's education.
Buy a ticket to your high school's athletic events and show student athletes that you'll always believe in them too.
This is the power of belief. This is the power of high school sports. This is your IHSAA.
All right, welcome back, everyone, here to the Triton Trojan Sports Network. We get the second quarter underway. We'll see what adjustments Triton has as Addison Veers and Kinsey Atkins, the team's 2 leading scorers, not on the floor due to foul trouble, as Triton 16 fouls in that first quarter. Grubbs for 3. Can't get that one off the front iron it, and it's a fight for the basketball as Bulis had a handle on it, but the Lions win. I get the jump ball, and the possession error belongs to the Lions.
Trojans.
Oh, they just pointed that. Oh, it's Triton. I'm sorry.
Come on, Andy.
You're ready for the second half.
I'm ready for the second half.
Wake up, Andy. You still got a whole nother game.
Oh, yeah. We'll get there. Bulis down the left wing, jabs and finds Faulkner. She'll drive. Feeds it down to King, who somehow crowds it, but goes off the foot of Emily Bugg. Lost her dribble. She's now caught in the corner. Finds Faulkner. Faulkner going to drive. Pull-up jumper on the side. Blocked by Moore, but a foul call on Bremen. A late whistle. We'll send Faulkner to the line for 2. As Triton right now can't be picky where they get their points because you got to be effective here on this
Yeah.
Free throw line.
Fouls on number 14, Moyer. That's her first, team's third.
So Trojans back to the line. Did not first attempt. Missed both. So see if we can get that lid off that basket.
Faulkner, 55% free throw shooter, just can't quite find the bottom of the net from the free throw line. I know it's got to be frustrating for Triton, but right now you just kind of, if you're on this bench over here, if you're Kinsey Atkins and Addison Veers, encourage them, fire them up from this bench over here. Be communicating. Just because you're on the floor does not mean you're not in this game.
Right. I don't know what just happened.
Not real sure what happened there.
Nobody really said anything about a
foul
or dribble or travel or.
Either way, it's a turnover on Bremen, I guess. Moyer rips that one away. She takes her right back, and back they go. Skipsing it up all the floor to Grubbs. Trying to get a piece of it. It'll stay right here. They're going to be aggressive going at the basket. I mean, right now your premier post player's out. One of your better perimeter guards is out. If you're Bremen, I'd be attacking all phases here.
Yep, just get it inside if that's open. If not, just kick it back out.
And put Triton in a tougher position, try to mount a comeback. Shively, she'll try a three. Count it for Shively. Senior gets another one from beyond the arc.
Nice form on that shot.
That's her first one from beyond the arc.
Does she have senior?
Junior.
Oh, you said senior.
Oh, I thought I said junior.
Nope.
And a miscommunication as Triton will go over and back. As Atkins and Veers will check in, but right here, you cannot be, you got to be smart with those two fouls.
Yep.
Scrubs now up to 4. Of course, the varsity boys will be following this for both teams. Winners of these games will play the winners of John Glenn and New Prairie. Too high of a pass for Grubbs underneath as Kincaid was trying to get it down there.
Yeah, we get a timeout or something, we'll throw up the bracket, so kind of see how everything all lays out for this week.
Faulkner slowly up the floor. With Atkins and Veers now back in. We'll see how they adjust. Veers drives, goes up strong with it. Bank is open and the basket's good.
Yeah, that's what we're going to have to do, just keep attacking that basket. But biggest thing is keep it under control and not draw the charge and get that third foul.
Fouls on number 13, Chloe Miller. That's her first, team's fourth. And I think that right there is just what we needed, to get fired up and ready.
Can't get the free throw to convert. Is trying only 1 of 4 from the free throw line here in this first, 1 of 5 here in this free throw line here in this first half. Moyer with it. Finds Shively. Works to Kincaid. Moyer cuts underneath the basket. Good move underneath for Moyer. Basket's good. Back go the Trojans. And a timeout for Coach Carl. She wants to take a 30-second timeout. We'll see if this timeout, if they can kind of wake up here. They got a lot of work to do. But Bremen doing a great job. They're executing well.
So like I said here, we got a time here. So tonight here, Bremen at Triton, and across the way, New Prairie and Glen. The winners of that one will meet on Thursday night. And on the bottom side, we got Argus at Culver and Oregon Davis at LaVille. And those winners will play the second game on Thursday night. And then the winners should be in the main gym. And then if you do lose tonight, then you do play the corresponding loser on your side in the auxiliary gym on Thursday night. So at least they get a double games for the varsity this week.
So either way, you'll play on Friday. Depends on what side of the bracket.
The girls play on Thursday.
Oh, Thursday. Excuse me, Thursday.
Yep. Then a reverse thing on for the boys on Friday.
It's off the foot of Foster. But right here, Anna, if you're trying, this group. I mean, they just got to find a way to dig deep and just communicate and move together on the floor, not try to be individuals, be a team out there on the floor.
Correct. I agree with that.
Other comments?
Nope.
Analysis. Veers underneath, goes up, draws the foul. She'll go to the line for 2. So trying to be aggressive underneath the basket.
Fouls on number 15, Kincaid. That's her first, team's
Bremen foul, number
fifth.
15, Kincaid.
So now 5 team fouls in the Lions. Spheres gets the friendly roll.
Barely.
Bulis out here to keep an eye on Shively, who snuck her way down the floor.
Jenna knows what she's doing.
Keep an eye on her. I'm telling you.
No.
Spheres connects. Perfect on that trip. Triton now trails by 10. Oh, excuse me, 9.
Sorry, I clicked the wrong button.
I looked at yours first, and
Oh.
they're going to say she stepped out, so a turnover for Bremen. By our count, only 3.
Well, I need to ask Sam at halftime about that.
That's all right.
I forgot turnovers were a thing.
That's the thing. That's why they're unofficial, right, Orion?
Even Sam's are unofficial.
Oh, hey.
Yeah, but he's not trying to do 2 things at once.
Atkins and Veers going back and forth. A foul call on Bremen as Bremen tallying up the fouls here in the second quarter.
Fouls on number 15, Kincaid. That's her second, team 6th. They have racked up a lot of fouls, but they've, I don't want to say done a good job, but they've spread them out between all the players so they don't all have, not 2 of them have 2 like Triton does.
Bulis goes to inbound. Ooh.
That was, yeah.
What?
It was close. Not sure. I wasn't sure Faulkner was going to stay on the right side of the half-court line. Fears gets it on the right elbow. She'll drive, goes up strong with it, but she'll get fouled on the way up. 2 free throws coming for her.
Fouls on number 10, Kyla Foster. That's her first, team 7th.
You know, Coach Robinson, I really like his coaching style and how he really works with this group. He's really done a good job with this Bremen Lions program, for the girls program. The girls really respect him, always has a good program, and really seems to get the best out of his players. A good teacher for this group down there. Veers goes again. Off the front iron, no good. Holly tips it away, and Foster, and Veers somehow threads it back into play. Foster dives for it and leaves it for Miller. Bremen with the hustle play to get the ball back as they lead by 8. Foster gets it in the corner from Moyer. Off the iron, no good. Rebound to Veers. Atkins goes up the near sideline. Goes to Holly. Holly gets caught, has to find somewhere. Finds Atkins. Back to Bulis. Goes to Faulkner. Now to Holly. Holly stops on the side of the lane. Has to find somewhere, finds Bulis. And Foster, aggressive, goes at it, but Holly stops. Ties her up, and Bremen gets the ball back off the jump ball.
Turnover.
I don't think Holly realized how open she was. She's looking to try to get the ball away, but I think if she spun around one just a little bit more when she's there at the top of the free throw line, I think she had a good open shot.
Grubb stops up top of the key. Shively lost for a moment. Holly trying to knock it away. Shively trying to get position. Finds Chloe Miller. Knocked away from Kinsey Atkins. Takes away the Moyer look from the corner. As Naomi Moyer will check in, sophomore. As Chloe Miller comes off the floor. She's done a great job here tonight.
Number 22,
I believe 9 points for her. Katie Moyer rotates to the top. Now goes to Shively. Open in the corner for 3. Off the side iron, no good. Trying to fight for her own rebound. Goes out of bounds. And they're going to say it went off of Bremen, so Triton gets it back with 3:36 to go here in the second quarter. You know, Coach Grawl in her second season has done a good job of this group, trying to build, mold these girls into what she wants to see on the floor. Atkins contested 3. Counted for Kinsey Atkins. And Triton draws within 5. Caught Bremen late on the switch. Good move from Atkins. Had a hand in her face and got it to go. Moyer, the jumper on the baseline, answer back and does. Atkins goes back the other way. Goes to Faulkner. She's by herself. She'll step into a 3. Back iron, but up the top of the basket. Hits the uprights.
I hit the wrong button, didn't I?
Yeah, she made it, not missed it.
I hit oh. Yeah, that's what I did. I thought I hit the foul button.
No, you hit the red one, not the green one.
Okay.
Grubbs now finds Moyer to Shively. To Katie Moyer in the corner. Tries to go to Naomi down underneath, but couldn't quite get it to complete. Triton knocks it away. So Bremen goes to inbound. Foster to handle those duties. Atkins jumps the route and intercepts as the team's leader in steals. Gets that one for Triton as Faulkner goes back the other way. Veers drives and Veers dropped the shoulder.
Yep.
Foster draws the charge, and that's 3 on Madison Veers. And quickly, Sydney King will check in. So Veers will be done for the second half. Trying to drive aggressively, but dropped her shoulder.
Replacing her in the lineup, number 32, Sydney King.
So Eliana Grubbs to bring it up, trailing or leading by 7. Trying to find a way. Good defensive stop, but now Addison Veers out of the lineup, so Sydney King will see how she steps up in the post here in this one. Shively splits, goes with the runner in front of King, can't get it to go. Hawley with the rebound, gets tied up by Naomi Moyer, but Triton hangs on to, a foul call.
Fouls on number 10, Kyla Foster. That's her second, team's 8th.
Bremen foul number 10.
So we get to march down and start free throws.
For both teams in the bonus for the rest of the half.
Triton shooting bonus.
Bring King back to guard in the full court. As Emma Lawmaster will check in for Kyla Foster.
11, Emma Lawmaster.
So Holly patient. 1-on-1 bonus shot is up and in. Holly perfect on that trip.
I love the way that she's just stepped up. You know, being a freshman, it's going to be fun to watch her these next 4 years.
Yeah, she's really grown. Continues. This will be a good for her experience this varsity tournament.
Earned her spot on that varsity.
Yes, she has. If you want to look the definition on how to earn her spot, that young lady did it. Atkins steals it and saves it to Sydney King. Try goes back the other way. Shively got a piece down. Holly tracks it down, and they're going to get caught. Jump ball's the call, and Tri has the possession arrow. We say leader in steals coming tonight. Kinsey Atkins, 64 on the season coming into tonight. Down to Sydney King. King underneath, blocked by Moyer. Naomi Moyer gets the loose ball. Back the other way go the Lions. Katie Moyer goes to the corner. Lawmaster finds Shively out of Moyer. To Grubbs on the baseline. Now tries to feed to Naomi Moyer, but a foul call on Triton underneath. Bremen will shoot free throws.
Fouls on number 32, Sydney King. That's her first, team's 8th.
So Naomi Moyer to the line. Her free throw rattles in. Second one on the way, can't rattle. Home, and Sydney King gets the rebound. Faulkner now back the other way. Goes to Hawley. Now to Bulis. Atkins down the corner. Goes to Faulkner. Kicks out to Hawley, but nice job by Lawmaster to take that one away. 2-on-2 fast break. Should kick out to Shively. Lets the rest of the team get down there as Moyer drives. Pull-up jumper from the side of the lane. No good. Bulis gets the defensive board. And finds Kinsey Atkins' final minute here of the first half. Goes to Faulkner. Goes hands off to Atkins and Shively. Not giving Kinsey Atkins any real estate anywhere near that three-point line. Goes to Atkins, deep three on the way, off the side iron, no good. Moyer gets the rebound underneath. Back the other way they go, 27 seconds. Goes to Shively. And a Lawmaster in the corner. Finds Naomi Moyer on the right side of the lane. As Grubbs goes up, runner's no good, gets her own rebound, put back is up and in. 8-point lead for the Lions inside 10 seconds. Coach Kroll trying to fire him up to go here. 5 seconds. Atkins, deep three on the way. Count it from Kinsey Atkins. She hit that one from the parking lot.
No, it's the
concession stand, excuse me.
That's always nice.
Oh my goodness.
That was deep.
And contested too.
For that struggle, coming back and getting that three going into the locker room, so you got a little bit of momentum when you come back out here.
They're trying a lot of work to do. And Bremen continuing to work.
Okay.
See what we have in store here for the second half as they push the stats over.
I think it's going to be close. You got 7 and 6. Scroll up on your. Nope, 7 and yep. Okay, so she finally went. All right. So free throws, Triton just 6 of 11, shooting 55%. Bremen shooting 3 of 6, 50%. 2-pointers, 3 of 7 and 7 of 17. And behind the arc, Triton 3 of 9, Bremen 3 of 7. Turnovers unofficially 7 and 5. For Bremen, Miller with 9, Shively and Moyer each with 7. Grubbs with 2, and Naomi Moyer with 1. And the biggest thing there is they've got Kincaid and Foster each with 2 fouls, and of course Miller, Shively, Moyer, and Grubb all with a single foul. For the Trojans, Atkins with 9, Faulkner and Veers both with 5, and Holly with those 2 free throws. The big thing there you see is Addison Veers with those 3 fouls, having to sit out quite a bit here in that first half. Then Kinsey Atkins with 2. And then we got Bulis and King and Bug all with a single foul.
So we'll take a break, be back after halftime right here on the Triton Trojan Sports Network.
You're good at keeping the car clean. Good at your insurance.
Start with Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance, online, over the phone, or in person, and stop knocking on wood.
Becoming a licensed sports official is a great way to make a positive difference in the community and support the over 160,000 Indiana student athletes that participate across 22 IHSAA sports. Sports officiating allows you to stay connected to the game, become a role model for our young student athletes, earn extra money, and support the patrons and communities of our IHSAA member schools. To learn more about becoming a licensed IHSAA official, log on to ihsaa.org/officials today.
High school sports fans, welcome back to Game Time, to pure spirit, to pure sport. Welcome back to high school sports.
Fans, I'm IHSA Commissioner Paul Knighty, and I just want to say, welcome back!
This is Game Time. This is Indiana high school sports. This is your IHSAA.
You're good at making big announcements. We're good at your insurance.
Start with Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance, online, over the phone, or in person, and stop knocking on wood.
I don't think of this as a high school weight room. It's more like a high school classroom. I'm learning how to manage my time here. I'm learning that it's important to have goals and that it takes persistence and commitment to reach them. And I'm learning that the best way to lead is by example.
Indiana high school sports. They're more than just a game.
Come and see me play.
This is your IHSAA. This is your state. This is your high school. This is your athletic association.
Fans, I'm IHSA Commissioner Paul Knighty, and we're here to make sure that all of this remains yours.
This is your state. This is your community. This is your IHSAA.
Want to know what I like best about playing basketball for my high school? I like it because it's a place where my friends get to see me play. I like it because I'm playing for someone besides myself. I'm playing for everybody in my school and every person in my community.
Indiana high school sports. They're more than just a game.
Come and see me play.
Some people see a huddle in the locker room. We see a second classroom. Some see a student athlete on the court. We see a future leader in the community. You see, high school sports in Indiana are special. That's because they're about learning and growing, not just winning and losing. Fans, I'm Commissioner Paul Neidig. Support education-based athletics in Indiana by buying a ticket to your high school's next athletic event.
You're good at basement basketball.
We're good at your insurance.
Start with Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance, online, over the phone, or in person, and stop knocking on wood.
High school football fans, welcome back to Friday nights, to pure spirits, to pure sports. Welcome back to high school football.
Fans, I'm IHSA Commissioner Paul Neidig, and I just want to say, welcome back!
This is Friday night. This is Indiana high school football. This is your IHSAA.
I guess. Oh, sorry. That was really loud.
All right, welcome back, everyone, here to the Triton Trojan Sports Network. Andy O'Hara alongside me is Anna McIntyre, Kaden, Hummitch, Kenny Barnhart, and the Hall of Famer Orion Lemler here for the Triton Trojan Sports Network as Bremen leads by 5 here at the start of the second half. Foul trouble seems to be the story of the first half for Triton as two of their leading scorers were on the bench for a long time. So who's going to step up here? I think that's for Triton's big thing. You know, I think this is a, Faulkner, while she's struggling, she's trying to find her groove and get herself back in the game. But for me, Sydney King, this is a spot where I see her stepping up. But the two players that I want to see step up in the second half is Sierra Hawley and Jenna Bulis, because I know Bulis, she gets those look inside, on the baseline, gets those short looks, those bunny looks. I mean, she just has to be strong with the basketball and really do a good job underneath. But then if you're Sierra Hawley, just be confident. You see a 15-foot jump shot around that free throw line, go take it.
Right.
But if you're Bremen, keep the throttle down. Everything's working for them. They're getting good ball movement, good looks on the outside, but aggressive in transition. Really like what I saw from those Bremen Lady Lions in that first half. Shively outside. Triton settles into a little more of a zone look. Chloe Miller was on fire in the first half and continues here in the second as she sees double digit with 12s.
Yep.
12s.
12s.
12s with
12s.
Two threes behind the arc.
Atkins goes to Hawley. Now goes to Faulkner. Goes to Bulis. Now to Hawley. Sydney King on the corner. Countdown started. Finds Bulis. Threads it to Hawley. Out to Faulkner. Faulkner drives against Foster. Nice feed down to Sydney King. Blocked by Moyer. What a play by Katie Moyer to swat it away. Foster finds a way to throw it through traffic out to Moyer. Moyer driving against Jenna Bulis. Had a look. If she would have turned to look, Foster for three. Can't get that one to go. Moyer had a look. She would have spun to the basket. Moyer goes up, draws the foul, and gets the old and one opportunity to drop. Chance to get 3 points the old-fashioned way on this one.
Fouls on number 20, Jenna Bulis. That's her second, team's first of the half.
Well, Foster still ends up with a field goal. She would have spun to that basket. She had a look.
Yeah, just look across the lane.
But she gets 3 points instead. She knew what she was doing. She knew she was going to get 3 points. So Katie Moyer, good job by her.
That gets her up to 10 points.
Faulkner drives. Underneath, goes with a reverse lay-in. Banks open for Jocelyn Faulkner. Nice recognition. Saw it open up. I mean, she saw it open up underneath. That's what you want to see. And good recognition.
Do you have a prediction on this game?
40 by 4 points between the two teams. Triton was favored by 4 according to the John Harrell prediction. Foster goes to inbound. Goes to Grubbs. She'll bring it up. Works with the screen from Shively. Faulkner picks her up. Miller. Now they go to Moyer underneath and a foul call on Triton on the catch.
Fouls on number 32, Sydney King. That's her second, team's second.
Foster goes up to Miller. Now to Shively. Moyer patrols that free throw line. Miller goes through, but Kenzie Atkins with another steal. I think she's got 3 on the night. Atkins stops and goes. Back to Faulkner, down into Sydney King. King jumps into that one. Banks open for Sydney King. Good move inside.
Yep, just kept enough room to get that shot off.
Like I said, that's going to be the big thing. Triton gets a look. Be confident in the lane. Shively outside, skipping it high across to Miller in the corner. Grubbs will try a 3. Side iron, short of the mark, goes off the hands of Miller, and Triton gets it back. Atkins leaves her for Faulkner. Now Atkins gets it back to bring it up the floor. Of course, following this game, we'll have the boys varsity matchup.
We will switch streams, so you're on IHSA or YouTube. Look for that the boys link here after this game.
Hawley lost that one. Now to Grubbs. She'll go up with it and gets it to go. Of course, we'll also have an interview for the start of that.
Yeah, the boys
game. So stay tuned for that when we switch over. But it'll be right away. So
yeah, we'll try to get it up in a minute or so, and then probably have that interview.
Faulkner gets tied up in a travel call. It's good defense by Foster to tie her up. Disrupt her movement. Savannah's going to have to give up her headset.
What?
Oh, you won't be here. You're going to go. You're going to leave after this.
Yeah.
Miller tries a three. Can't get that one to go. She's been on fire from beyond the arc in this one. Faulkner goes back the other way. Crossing it over, she'll try to split. Good defense by Foster again, forces the jump ball. Triton hangs on to it. But Foster doing a good job on the perimeter with her defensive ability, tying up ball handlers. Sophomore doing a great job here in this one.
Substitution for Lady Trojans, number 34, Addison Veers.
Just inbound, Addison Veers checks in on behalf of Sydney King. Faulkner falls to the floor, but Shively goes up and intercepts it. Goes to Moyer. Moyer across. Atkins got a piece of that one. It goes into the Bremen sideline. Grubs atop the key. Goes to Shively. Atkins with another steal. Back go the Trojans. Atkins slowing it down. Moyer comes from behind and knocks it away. Kayden wasn't paying attention. I don't know. That one hit the camera.
Just beside it.
You're supposed to jump in front of it and protect it. We've been picking on each other all night.
Well, hey.
Before you got here, he kept giving me attitude.
Well, he does that to me all the time. Unfortunately, Foster called for the foul there.
And that's her third. Team's first of the half.
Bremen foul number 10, Foster.
I got to. Atkins gets in the backcourt. Holly gets it on the right wing. Stops.
Oh,
double dribble. She took off. Grubbs now goes back the way as we are inside the halfway point here of the third quarter. Bremen's on top by 9. They got that lead in the first quarter and haven't looked back. Moyer on the right side, but Triton, like we said, just chip away.
Triton foul number 20, Younis.
Oh, I thought it was going to be on Addison. That's her third. That was on number 20, Jenna Bulis.
Both boys teams make their way to the locker room as Foster's good on the first. Kyla Foster, very impressive basketball player. Her sister was a very good ball player, now playing college ball. But Foster, very good, very talented young lady for Bremen. Spears falls to the floor, gets tied up.
Really tied up there. Oh. Made free throw, had a sub.
Substitution for Lady Trojans, number 32, Sydney King.
Lead up to 11 for the Lions. 3.5 to go in the third. Shively got a piece of that one. Now to Veers. Back to King. Faulkner goes down to Veers on the right side of the block. She'll go up. Banks open for Addison Veers.
Addison Veers, the assist from Faulkner.
Three-pointer for Foster. Count it from the corner.
Kyla Foster for 3.
Leads up to 12. The Lions hanging on tight to that lead. Holly in the corner. Shively got a piece of that one. King to Atkins. Atkins will try a three. Can't get that one to go. Faulkner with the rebound. Faulkner goes back up with it. Blocked by Moyer. Rips it away from Sydney King, and Shively's there. As Bremen's defense continuing to be stifling here in this ball game, forcing another Triton turnover.
Yeah, if there seems like if there's anything a little bit on the loose side, they're getting a hand on it, getting it knocked away.
And Grubbs gets another three to drop for Bremen. 6 3-pointers to drop for the Lions in this one.
Yep.
And a full timeout for Triton as Bremen has extended their lead up to 15 in this one.
Yeah, outscored right now the Trojans 10 points in this third, 16-6.
As they've been, this is the second time they put up 16 points in this ball game in a quarter. Still got 2.5, inside 2.5 to go here in this third. Since I got a second, I can do it real quick.
Yep. You got it pulled up?
Oh, here we go.
There you go.
All right, let's just pick one here. TCU helps members reach their financial goals with services like checking, savings, loans, investments, and more. Visit tcunet.com to get started today. Appreciate TCU and their sponsorship of this bi-county tournament, which that one kind of hits home for me, literally.
Yeah.
Literally.
Is it conflict of interest?
No, I'm not allowed to participate on Friday.
What?
I can't participate in the Dash for Cash.
Why?
Because Michelle works for TCU.
Oh. Take the L.
I can't take the L.
You can take the L.
You know, you could always go down there for me.
I am not doing that.
Why not?
I don't think.
No.
I don't think people on the team or managers can do it either.
I'm not a manager.
Hey.
Oh, you're not?
Not for. Well, I'm on the varsity manager roster, but not the JV roster.
Oh goodness.
They don't do the Dash for Cash for JV.
Oh wait, but I'm not on the boys roster.
No.
I'm not doing it.
So it looks like me and Orion will have to go out. You guys have to man it while we go out and try to grab our money.
It'll be all right.
You're gonna go out and do it.
Faulkner drives on the way through, goes up and draws the foul. She'll go to the line for 2.
Fouls on number 14, Moyer. That's her second. Team's second.
Short of the mark for Faulkner on that first attempt.
Now in that Bremen game earlier in the season, Bremen got out in front. Triton had that big second and third quarter to propel them back to the lead in that one as they were down in that bowl game. Found a way to come back. But right now, the offensive production's got to get going if they want to have a chance to come back in this ball game. Yes, down by 14. There's not a lot of basketball to be played yet, but Triton's got to chip away. But Bremen has played extremely well in this ball game.
Are we broadcasting tomorrow night for JV?
Yeah, I'm planning on being there.
Are you gonna call it though?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Okay, I'll be there.
Okay.
Okay.
You gonna do the boys too?
If you need me to.
Oh yeah. 3-pointer on the way for Grubbs. Count it again as Bremen on fire from beyond the arc. Solid 50%.
7 of 14.
You can't see your Andy math button.
I know it's half of. My goodness. That math I can do.
Are you sure?
Down to Veers in the low block. Works against Moyer, tries to draw the foul. She'll hit the deck, but Hawley's there for the putback.
Rebound and basket for Sierra Hawley.
Shively goes to Chloe Miller in the corner. Leads all scorers with 12. Final minute of the third nearing here as the Lions lead by 15. To Foster on the way. Can't get that one to go. King couldn't get the defensive board. Grubbs feeds it to Shively, and an and one opportunity coming for Bremen.
Fouls on number 14, Kinsey Atkins. That's her third. Team's fourth.
Number 14, Atkins.
So Lawmaster and Kincaid check in. As well Bulis for Kinsey Atkins. So Addison Veers and Kinsey Atkins both off the floor.
And number 15, Emma Kincaid.
It's now 3 Triton players with 3 fouls in the game as Shively gets 3 points the old-fashioned way. Extends their lead to 18.
Shively completing the 3-point play.
Like I said, this Bremen team, very good basketball team. Like I said, their record does not show how good they are. They play in a tough conference, and their strength showing off here in this opening round of Bi-County. To Grubbs, transition 3 on the way. Count it for Grubbs.
Yep, she got in the groove.
She is on fire.
3 of 5 from beyond the arc. She's got 13 in this one. Hawley gets it. Goes with the runner on the side. Can't get it to finish. Moyer gets the rebound. 20 seconds to go here in the third. Kincaid, miscommunication on the floor. Of course, Coach Robinson going for win number 100 in his career here tonight.
Does this count on your? This doesn't count on your record, right?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah, it does.
It's a game.
It's a game.
It's an official game.
4 seconds, 3 seconds for Hawley. Stops and throws one up at the buzzer, draws the foul, and she'll go to the line for 2 with 1.1 to go here in the third.
Fouls on number 11, Lawmaster. That's her first. team's third.
Lawmaster.
Holly settles in. Gets the first one to go. Second one in and out. That'll do it for the third quarter. Bremen leads by 20. We'll be back for the fourth right after this.
What do student athletes learn in the second classroom of high school sports? So much more than just a game. I'm Jeannie Ulmer.
And I'm Chris Kaufman. We're both assistant commissioners of the Indiana High School Athletic Association.
Through education-based athletics, student athletes learn the courage to face challenges. They realize the importance of persevering through trials and failures. They discover the drive to achieve their goals.
They gain something so much more valuable than wins and losses. They develop grit and integrity.
They grow so much more than their athletic skills. They learn daily lessons in teamwork, accountability, and respect.
These are some of life's most important lessons, and high school sports teach every one of them every day. Buy a ticket to your high school's athletic events and support student athletes learning the values and skills they need on the playing field and beyond.
This is helping student athletes grow as people. This is the purpose of high school sports. This is your IHSAA.
All right, welcome back, everyone, here to the Triton Sports Network. Andy O'Hara alongside me is Anna McIntyre, Kaden Hummitch, Kenny Barnhart, and the Hall of Famer Orion Lemler here for the Triton Sports Network as Bremen has gotten out to a lead in the first quarter and has not looked back as they hold on to their commanding lead here going into the fourth. Triton's got a tall task at hand. Their work's cut out for them here in the fourth.
Oh, I need to update it.
So Atkins receives it, and back the other way we go. Goes to Fears on the outside. Who's going to step up here? I think Bremen doing a great job. Like Kenny said, they're clicking really well here in this game. Their defense really leading to things on the offensive side. Kincaid got in the way and knocked that one out of bounds.
Yeah, their ball sense, they're just can anticipate where that ball is going to end up going, and they're just getting a hand on it or grabbing it.
You know, in this team here, like I said, this is a very good team. I don't care what their record says. Watching them play and watching them on film, this is a very good basketball team. Trying to put it all back together as Faulkner goes, kicks out, and a foul call on Bremen.
Fouls on number 11, Lawmaster. That's her second, team's fourth.
You know, Bremen's physical. They play good defense, but when things are clicking, this is a very good basketball team. Here's pulls away from the handoff, goes back in, throws it off of Moyer, goes out of bounds, and it'll stay here. As Addison's got to be careful. She might have got away with that. I mean, right there, dropping that shoulder.
Yeah, right.
Goes up to Kinsey Atkins. Goes to Holly. Back to Kinsey. She'll try a three. Blocked there by Lawmaster, and Moyer gets the rebound. Moyer stops, reverses it back to Grubbs. Now to Shively. Finds Lawmaster. Moyer wants to top the key. Thought about it. She's going to drive. Pull-up jumper from the elbow. Back iron, no good. Holly tips it, and Bulis is there to get the defensive rebound. Kincaid's going to track Kinsey Atkins the whole way.
Fouls on number 15, Kincaid. That's her third, team's fifth.
Bulis now to inbound. Up top to Atkins off the screen. Gets freed up, finds Holly. Now to Faulkner on the far side. Dumps it down into Veers. Finds Bulis to Atkins. Atkins will try another three. Gets that one to go. Kinsey Atkins, 3 contested threes. All converting on this one. Except for the last one was blocked.
Yeah, it got blocked.
But hey, she's hit 3 contested three-pointers and a full timeout for Bremen. They try to get things worked over. Since they're taking timeout, I'll do it again. Of course, thank you to TCU for sponsoring this tournament. Earn cash back while spending money with a TCU debit MasterCard. Visit tcunet.com // cashback for more details or learn about the debit card and terms and conditions. Boy, I butchered that one. Try another one.
That was /.
Okay, well, hey, we'll go with it. Score big with a low-rate TCU Visa Platinum credit card. Don't miss out on a good play. Apply online today at tcunet.com/credit card. See TCU Visa Platinum terms and conditions for complete details. Now, I will say on that Platinum thing, you get your cash back. It does work, and it's great. So like you run it as credit instead of debit.
Oh, yep.
I'll tell you what, that cash back at the end of the year, I'm sitting there and poof.
Oh.
Well, where'd that come from? Oh, Michelle goes, well, you got your cash back. I'm like, wait a minute, that's a thing? My wife works at TCU, and I don't realize that's the thing. But
she handles that. You don't have to.
Yeah.
Well, see, that's why I married a banker that way.
Well, Andy, you can't do math. That's why we have Andy math buttons.
That's why I married someone smart who can do math.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying.
I mean, she handles the phone. She does this stuff over the phone. I mean, she's great at it. So, I mean, Michelle's top notch when it comes to this money and number stuff. Although I do have to ask her for permission before I buy anything, but it's okay. Moyer gets it on the outside, works to the screen from Shively, now finds Lawmaster. Shively gets freed up. Atkins closes out the shooter, settles back into her zone position. Bug to check in next dead ball. Moyer drives side lane, steps through. Nice play, move by Moyer, gets her own rebound. Put back's good for Katie Moyer.
Katie Moyer.
Atkins thought about it, goes to Bulis in the corner. Now to Holly. Finds Bulis. Bulis will drive. Feeds it to Veers along the baseline. Pull-up jumper off the mark. No good. Atkins gets the rebound. Goes to Veers. Down to Faulkner. Now to Bulis. Blocked away from Grubbs. What a play from Ileana Grubbs. Chloe Miller and Kyla Foster will check in, and Emily Bugg will check in for Sierra Holly, who gets her first break of the game.
Number 13, Chloe Miller. For Triton, number 24, Emily Bugg.
Atkins for a deep three. Can't get that one to go. Fight for the rebounds. Bulis rips it away. Lost it, but she'll dribble it out of bounds. And Bremen takes over. You know, this is a good. I mean, Sierra Holly getting coached up by Coach Kroll and Coach Shively down here on the bench, but Sierra Holly being a freshman, really earning her time. This is a physical team. She played JV for most of that one. Foster's three-pointer off the mark. Faulkner gets the rebound, going to get fouled on the way through.
Fouls on number 12, Shively. That's her second, team 6.
Bremen foul, number 12.
But Sierra Holly, very impressive freshman. Has a very bright future ahead of her. Once it all clicks, I'm telling you, very, very talented basketball player. Atkins stops, goes back to Faulkner. This goes to Atkins. Atkins with a nice head fake. Pull-up jumper on the baseline. Count it for Kinsey Atkins. Good move leading into the basket for the senior.
He's leading all the Trojans with 14.
Game high. Grubbs now goes to Miller. Miller threads it down low underneath. And Jenna Bulis fighting for it. Bremen gets the jump ball call. And Holly will now check back in for Emily Bugg.
Substitution for Lady Trojans, number 4, Sierra Holly.
Shively open in the corner. Foster doesn't see her in time. Moyer on the outside with the ball fake. She'll drive, kicks out to Grubbs. She'll try another three. Can't get that one to go. Atkins with the rebound. Shively going to try to trap her in the corner, working her back to the half court, rips it away. Shively, Atkins going to try to knock it away. Shively gets disrupted, but her putback is no good. Trying to fight for her own rebound. Atkins fighting for it. Grubbs has got it. Grubbs goes up, jump ball's the call, and Triton gets it back.
Sierra was able to get a hand on that as she was going up.
I didn't see what happening. I was looking at the computer.
Missed a lot.
Yeah, there's a lot of sequence right there.
A lot of sequence.
Both of you, I'm going to tape your mouths shut.
Well.
Actually, I'm not going to do that to Andy because he calls the whole game.
Now to Holly. She goes up. Can't get that one. Go. Veers gets the off the mark shot. And one opportunity coming for Addison Veers.
Can't take it all back in one big bite. You just got to slowly. Fouls on number 13, Miller. That's her second, team 7th, which puts Trojans in the bonus.
Veers off the mark. Moyer gets the rebound. Back the other way we go. Moyer works right. Puts on the brakes. Goes to Shively. Shively stops, retreats back. Goes to Chloe Miller. To Foster in the corner. Now to Shively. Fake the ball left. Now she'll go left. Foster drives, blocked by Veers. And Holly gets the rebound. Foster knocked away from the freshman. He goes on over to Faulkner, and Triton brings up the floor. Atkins by herself for 3 on the way. Counted for Kinsey Atkins. Another three-pointer, 17 points for her here tonight.
Timeout for Bremen because Triton's went on a 10-2 run starting this fourth period.
I think a good timeout for Coach Robinson. He kind of sees trouble there, but Triton's starting to warm up here, and that's the big thing for them is things are starting to heat up. The flow is there. You know, the players on the off-ball movement is really starting to kind of open things up for the ball handlers and really just kind of giving Triton a chance, giving some confidence there. But Bremen, like I said, they got this lead. This team has played great defense this whole game. They're doing a great job. I look for them to get themselves refocused with Coach Robinson here coming out of this timeout.
Yeah, they might have went a little bit more into a cruise control. Hey, we got this. Got into this fourth quarter. Let's just kind of work the ball and burn some clock off. And that's what Triton's taking advantage of it coming down. And like Kinsey's catching that ball in nice fluid motion, comfortable with it, getting a couple of those to drop.
And now Atkins in her rhythm. Once that player gets in rhythm, look out.
Sniper.
That she is. So Holly now going to put on some pressure. So Triton's going to change up their defensive look. Going to turn up the heat. Shively gets the inbound. With the jab step, trying to get it across the half-court line, and does. Working against Bulis. Bulis trying to might have gotten away with a reach, no call. Grubbs goes to Moyer. They're going to call a push.
Foul, number 34.
Foul's on number 34, Veers. That's her 4th. Team's 5th.
So he didn't get her in, sub her in time.
Grubbs now. Okay, Veers has got to be careful those 4 fouls. Grubbs has an empty lane. Can't get that one to drop. Faulkner falls on it, somehow keeps alive. Veers has got it. Veers up the floor. Gets caught in the corner. Finds Faulkner. Almost 2 players collide. Faulkner goes up, can't draw the foul, and a charge call.
Foul's on number 12, Jocelyn Faulkner. That's her 1st. Team 6th.
Triton foul, number 12, Faulkner. Substitution for Lady Trojans. Number 32, Cindy King.
What do you mean say? I'm not ready for that.
Grubbs now goes on over to Miller on the right wing. Now goes to Moyer. They're caught by King on the outside. Finds Grubbs. Miller now with it. Goes to Moyer. Bremen now, they're going to slow it down, try to eat that clock.
Just going to not get too big of a hurry, heading for the basket.
Shively goes down to Miller underneath.
Oh, Bug. Smart. No, that was Bulis underneath. Got a hand on that.
Shively skips it across to Miller. Grubbs kicks out. Foster for 3. Off the mark, no good. Grubbs with the hustle rebound. Put back is good for Moyer. And a timeout for Triton, a full timeout. There's a minute 36 to go. They trail by 14.
And that basket there was just, I say, Bremen's second basket of this fourth quarter. So,
want to thank the officiating crew for being here tonight. As you know, without them, we wouldn't be able to have these games. Appreciate them making the trip and being here for this tournament and officiating these games. So appreciate them being here tonight. If you're trying down here, yes, right now that's insurmountable. How do you respond? Yes, you've gone on a tear, this team, but Bremen, I want to give these girls all the credit in the world because they get beaten that first game at home. They come into this one, they want redemption, and they've got that here thus far. And right now, a minute 36 away from getting Coach Robinson's 100th win. Give them a ton of credit because they play good ball from start to from the get-go. But Triton has got to find a way. How do you respond coming out of this timeout? I think it's going to be real important.
Yeah, just come out and get a little bit aggressive on the, put the pressure of the ball coming up.
No, you got a minute 36. Control what you can control. I mean, get a couple shots to drop, try to force their hand on defense. You know, it's not out of, I wouldn't say it's out of reach, but Triton's really going to have to get going.
Yep, just got to get a couple, either get Kinsey open here with a good three or get up fed underneath and get a quick basket.
Atkins stops on the right wing. She'll drive on the baseline, feeds it to Faulkner. Faulkner drives in a hurry, tries to feed it through, and Miller gets the intercepted pass, and back go the Lions. As Triton could not come up empty on that trip. It's now needing a big stop and a momentum shift here if they want to have a shot to cut into that lead.
And for Bremen, you know, just work the ball around, you know, keep it moving so you don't get a count on you, and just be smart with it.
Right now, displaying keep away is the final minute away. Coach Robinson a minute away from win number 100. Foul call on Triton.
Fouls on number 20, Jenna Bulis. That's her fourth. Team 7th.
Shively will go to the line for the bonus. Coach Robinson in his 7th season as head coach of the Lady Lions. As Paige Curtay looks to check in after the next dead ball. Moyer's put back is good. Bremen doing a great job on the boards here tonight as Atkins quickly up in a hurry lost the ball. Goes to Bulis. Now to Veers. She'll try a three. Counted for Addison Veers from straight away. Bremen calling a timeout just to get subs in, I think.
Yep, I think
Maybe one sub.
Got one sub in, but they're just going to go ahead and take it.
I think a 30-second timeout. Of course, 4 Bremen players in double digits here tonight. Triton with 2.
TCU helps members reach their financial goals with services like checking, savings, loans, investments, and more. Visit tcunet.com to get started today.
I did not know you had your phone on your lap. I was like, where are you pulling this from?
Hey, we memorize things.
We memorize things up here, Anna, except for me.
I don't memorize anything. Obviously, I don't know my players' numbers.
Well, hey. Grubbs now goes back to work. Triton going to turn up the pressure in the full court. Inside 30 seconds to go. Foster caught. Skips it across to Curtay. And Bremen looks to pick up their 6th win of the season here. Number 100 for Coach Robinson. Triton will fall and will play in the consolation games. They'll fall to 12-7 on the season. And Bremen staying alive. They'll play the winner of Glen and New Prairie on Thursday night. Back to Atkins, intercepted by Grubbs, and that's going to do it. The Lady Lions are going to win here 57-44, and they'll move on to this TCU Bi-County semifinal on Thursday.
We will get the stats once we get those pushed across, and then we will switch streams. So we'll have to stop this one, and we'll get the other one started back up for the boys. And then we'll have an interview shortly before the beginning of that boys game.
Right at the beginning of that one, we will have an interview.
So did it? Yeah, but scroll up so I can see what the. Make sure. No,
She's already here waiting. I'm impressed.
Oh, is it ready to go?
Oh, no, we're good. Go ahead and do your thing. We'll get that started here in just a minute.
Come on. There we go. So team stats. Trojans free throws 8 of 16. Bremen 7-11. Inside the arc 9 of 20 for the Trojans. For the Lions, shooting 13 of 30. And behind the arc, Triton 6 of 15 and 8 of 19. And turnovers 14 to 9. Oh, that didn't go. Moyer led Lions with 16, Grubbs with 13, Miller with 12, Shively with 10, Foster with 5. For the Trojans.
Maybe.
There we go, get it over there. Atkins led all of them with 17, Veers with 12, Faulkner with 8, Hawley with 5, and King with 2.
So we'll get switch streams. We'll be back here on the Triton Trojan Sports Network.